So I already have my eyelids primed. I'm actually going to put on a face mask on because I'm gonna have to cut it. My face is hella red. I have no clue why it's showing hella red on camera, but it is. So I'm gonna just take a sheet mask, and I'm actually gonna cut it because I'm just gonna put it in this area here. So my sheet mask, it's from Jeju Naturals. I have a video linked. I'll link the video where I have my skincare routine. It's like an old one, but I'm still using the sheet mask. I'm technically just gonna cut half where the line is at and then apply it on. So the mask is cut, and I'm gonna put it on. Oh, and hopefully I can talk throughout the video. Don't mind the mask just because again my face is really red, so I needed to stop being red and acting up on camera. Like there's no reason why you should be applying me, like nobody gave you permission. But anywho, we'll apply this even though it's red on here. You know what? I'm gonna cut more pieces of the mask and just apply it on there. Now that I'm masking, what else? I'm gonna be taking the Huda Beauty small palette, Mini Obsessions. I think that's the name. I'll link it below in the description box. But I'm going to be taking a very light shade. So I'm going to be taking this one right here. And I'm using a NYX Cosmetics fluffy brush. And of course I'm going to blow this smoky eye out. Just like any other smoky eye that I would do. And I'm going to start in the transition to blending it all over the crease. And again, you can blend on the lid. It doesn't really matter because we'll be going in with darker shades. I also have a scarecrow tutorial, which I will leave the link of that video in the description box. But just make sure you smoke it out as much as possible. I feel like smoky eyes are not smoky eyes if you don't really smoke it out. Next, I'm going to be taking the Morphe 350M palette. And I'm going to be taking this last shade right here. And using a Morphe M511 brush, fluffy as well. I'm going to be blending in the same area I blended that first shadow. Starting off with the lighter shade and then working my way up to the darker shade, but kind of like in the same range tone, shade range tone, if that makes any sense. I hope. But anyways, I'm just blending it all out the same area. I'm going to be taking the Dose of Colors Natentine eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to use this in the crease and then blending it upwards. As you can see, this one is starting to give it more definition, more build up. Like you can see the darkness on there, but this is actually going to be the shade that will create that depth before we start adding the darker shades such as the dark browns and the black. But as you can see, that is enough depth for me at the moment, but I'm going to bring it out to this area because I want this to be a very blown smoky eye. Next, I'm going to be moving on with some gel liner that I'm just going to smudge on this one on my eyelid, just to have that black shadow become intense, because instead of using a lighter shade, I kind of want a black base for my black shadow so it can be intensified and hold on longer. I'm going to be taking my Inglot Cosmetics gel liner in 77, and I'm going to be taking this small kind of fluffy brush, and again just lightly starting off close to the lash line. You want to make sure that you kind of smudge it on the lash line because you don't want it to have that gap in between. It's going to be so obvious. You want to make sure that you are kind of tight lining in this area here. Start blending it upwards even more, and it's not as harsh. As you can see, if you start blending it out, it starts looking smoky. And also work your way towards it. Don't try to rush it because again, black can go wrong so easily, and that's what you don't want to do, is go wrong with black. So it's blended out from where I started, but I'm going to be taking more product and applying it on the lid, and then again working my way up. I do want the black smoky to be over my crease just so my eyes can look wider and more intensified. When I start applying black shadow, I don't necessarily have to be applying so much and blending it out. I could kind of just pack it, because again, blending this outwards is going to give it that smoky effect. And the gel liner does hold on tighter than what a shadow would actually stay on, because for instance, it has more like of a pomade feel that will stick on. So I dipped the brush into the pomade, into the gel liner. And this time I'm going to be applying the gel liner in the crease, and it's going to look harsh right now, but believe me, it's going to look blended out once I clean the brush. So you want to make sure every time that you apply product, you clean out the brush on the towel or whatever that you have, just that way you don't have so much excess product. And then once the brush is cleaning up, that's when you can start blending it outwards, because you don't necessarily have so much product on the brush. It's just going to blend out whatever you have been applying. And then work your way. Be patient, because again, it is going to take an effort to actually blend it out and smoke it where it doesn't look so harsh. I smoked out this eye and started blending it with shadow, and I'm taking a MAC 227 brush, oldie but goodie, and I'm taking a Makeup Cosmetics Black Shadow in Corrupt. This has been the blackest shadow I've actually ever used, and I've tried plenty of blacks, and this is the only one that's actually black. And I'm just dipping a little bit into the brush and kind of tapping it on the tissue. And I start off by blending where the harsh lash line is at, and then slowly work my way upwards. With black, you want to start building it up. You actually don't want to start off with a lot of product, because if you do, it's going to be hard to try to blend it out. And I'm blending mainly in the inner corner area here, working it outwards where the harsh line stops from the gel liner. And you don't have to blend so much on the lid, because again, that gel liner is more like a dark pomade, and as you can tell, it's your base, and you just want to build out that area where you stop with the gel liner. So my face actually feels so good, and it's not as red, but if I start touching it right now, it's gonna look red on camera. So I'm gonna move on to prepping my face, and the next video will actually be me applying foundation, or probably done with foundation. Right, so right now I'm actually taking some of my actual foundation, a very light base, just because I do want to cover any red spots, any dark spots. And then I'm going to be taking a way lighter shade of foundation, just to give me kind of that pale look. But if I go with the pale look foundation first, it's going to be very lightweight, not full coverage, and you're going to be able to see through it, and that's what I don't want. And usually for my foundation, I always use a beauty blender to blend it out, but because I want to blend this out as a quick process, I'm taking a brush. Not only that, I actually forgot how good brushes are to blend out your foundation. Right now I'm actually in debate of two foundations. I have the Chanel and shade Ivoire Intensity 07. It has more like a yellow undertone, unlike this one by Urban Decay Sample. It's like, I don't know, it's lighter, so I might be going in with, yeah, I'm actually going to go in with this one. Alright, this is cute. It has like a little dope for applicator, which I guess it doesn't really make a difference, but whatever's. Alright, so I'm blending this foundation out. Again, I want the pale effect. This is hella light. Oh, but I'm blending it out. Don't forget it to bring all the way down to your neck, because you just can't be looking dead as hell on your face, but your neck, you're full of life. So bring it down as much as you can. Dang, I look hella ashy. What the heck? Since I'm using a very light shade of foundation, I'm going to be taking the lightest concealer I can think of, Porcelain and L.A Girls. You guys know I love these L.A. pens. We are not going to do that today. And I'm also going to be applying concealer over my mouth area, because this is where I'm going to draw teeth like, and this area is going to be outlined with white. Now that I'm looking hella pale, I'm going to be taking some translucent powder, and this one has a little bit of kind of a white cast, so it's perfect for this look, because again, I want to look lifeless. So I'm going to be taking this Laura Mercier puff, filler puff, or whatever you want to call it, and I'm actually going to be, I need something where I'm going to, okay, on top of this, there you go, and just grabbing some of the product, and again, just applying it on here. Okay, you look hella ashy. This is just to set and give it like that white cast, and then you will eventually dust it off, and you're going to use cool tone shadow, so it's not going to come together. You're going to look hella crazy, because I feel like I look hella crazy right now. I'm going to be moving to my lash area below, and I actually do want to apply some powder and bake underneath, because again, most likely I will have fallout, and I don't want to get the black shadow underneath. Starting with the same shadow that I used last to blend out, and blending on the lash line, and you could bring it as far as you want, but because again I want this super smoky, I'm going to connect it. I think I'm going to be taking some black liner. Let me not play myself. Where are you, black liner? Okay, taking the black liner and applying it. And the cool thing about applying black liner is so you can smudge it on your lash line as far as you want to intensify it. I applied my liner. I'm going to blend it out with the black shadow on top of it. And again, with black shadow, you want to take your time because it's so difficult trying to perfect it and blend it out easily. You're gonna have to connect it in this area and then connect it in the outer area like this. Applied lashes out of camera, and I'm using the same lashes that I've been wearing for the longest now, the Baddie B lashes in Instahoe. It's not like you can really tell. You can't really tell unless you're up close and personal, but I feel like it actually makes the eyes pop. It just gives it, I don't know, like that extra, it's just that extra. Dusting off translucent powder, and I'm actually in the Laura Mercier one on my brush, and just dusting any powder that I have on my face that I applied previously to kind of give me that very pale shade effect. So I'm dusting it off, but while I'm doing so, I'm also dipping my brush in my regular transparent powder instead of just dusting out that clear one. It actually helps and make it easier to have you have a smooth base. Taking this Morphe 06 PW palette, such a weird name, but I'm going to be taking this shade over here, more like a cool tone bronzer, and I'm taking an L.A Girl brush in number 203, and this is what I'm going to use to basically outline hollows, like in this area here. I'm making kind of like a C towards my, what you want to call it, temple. So I'm just starting to shade off this here, blending it back and forth. The bronzing, taking the Sigma soft angle contour brush in F23, dipping it and dusting it off, and just again bronzing in those same areas, but focusing more on the areas where I guess you will call where you will have horns. I don't know who would have horns, but I guess kind of makes sense if you were to just tap on this area more. Start shading out this part and sucking it in. Makes it easier for you to define. And bringing it down towards where your chin area and lightly blending it up and down. And in case you do get messed up, you can go again with your beauty blender and clean up anything with the translucent palette. I already defined this area over here, so I'm going to go ahead and teach you guys how to do it on this side. So I'm going to be taking darker shades on here with this more fluffy defined brush and outlining more of a harsh line downwards and blending it upwards like this to create shade and definition. So blending it upwards. And this is a Morphe brush. It doesn't have a name. It came like in a whole set, like a rose gold set. Anyways, and I'm blending this upward here in the temple. Just make it look as dirty, muddy as possible. A fluffy brush and dipping it lightly into a black shadow. I'm also going to be defining more here, but blending lightly like this and bringing it downwards. Not too much on here. You actually want to focus this more on this area and blend. And you can connect it on this area right here. So you kind of want to curve just like this because you want to create hollows. Using a fluffy brush, I'm just adding more of that darker bronzer on the back areas up here just to shade it so this can look more defined and hollow on here. For the nose, I am going to be defining it with a darker shade and bringing it downwards like this, creating a narrow nose. Just bringing it lightly like this. Black shadow and just slightly blend some on here, just like this. Not too much, just lightly. Now I'm actually gonna move on to using some white base for my lips, and I kind of want to overline this, my lip, and you want to be light. I'm using the NYX Milk makeup base, and with my finger just smudge it out. But I do want to fill in all this area like this. Now that you have your base all white, you actually want to take a little bit of dark shadow with the same fluffy brush, and on the center just start dabbing some black shadow. Small I hold this back. Forget it. A small pencil brush, use some of the brown and start defining teeth-like kind of areas. So just bring the brown down like this, just onto in this area. Now that you have your teeth outlines, you want to take a black shadow with a flat definer brush. You kind of want to start bringing the lines down like this. And be very light hand. Using the same pencil brush with no additional product. With no additional product, you want to blend these out. Using a MAC 210 brush, I'm going to be taking some gel liner, and because this brush is so thin, it's actually going to help me define the lines even better, just to give it more of a harsh effect, just because I created the shade already. So I'm going to bring it downwards like this. Kind of shaking, so it's like Alright, you guys, so to finalize the look, I did use some Gauze, I think that's what you call it. I bought like a huge pack from Amazon for like $5. And what I did was just start tearing it apart and using a big fluffy brush and just smearing it with bronzer, with black shadow, just to give it more of like that dirty effect. I did use some for a choker, and then I used some for a headband. I think it gives more of like a glam look, like I'm mummified and I'm scary, but I'm still cute. Yeah, I mean, I love it. Like, I'm in love with this look, especially like the intense black eyes and then like the teeth-like effect. And also, this is an actual dress. It's super cute. It's from Fashion Nova. Even though Fashion Nova customer service I hate, it's the worst customer service I've ever dealt with. But they got cute clothes, and this dress was so perfect for it. Look at it. Like, you can wear it with some cute clear heels, black heels, whatever you want. I feel like it's so perfect. If you did like this video, give it a like, share it, and subscribe, because again, I will be bringing more videos, hopefully one more Halloween look. I will link the previous Halloween look here in the description box. So yeah.